Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering, as we have Bug Food Chain versus James on Dark Depths. Matthew leading out with the Verdant Catacombs. Once Upon a Time kicking things off for James. A powerful new addition from Throne of Eldraine. I feel like it will be with us for many years to come in Legacy. Worst case scenario, it's kind of an impulse. Best case scenario, it is a 0-mana powerhouse that lets you dig and find the missing combo pieces in a deck like Dark Depths. Could be Thespian Stage, could be the Dark Depths. There are Cloud Post builds that are very happy to continue finding locusts with that as well. And Manipulate Fate, Matthew's engine card, is going to set up some exiled creatures, which will play perfectly with Food Chain later on, and also draw a card. Basically turning Food Chain from a 3-card combo into a 2-card combo of sorts. I mean, really, Food Chain will allow Eternal Scourge and Mist Hollow Griffins to populate the board and be pretty difficult to deal with, as you can exile them in response to any type of removal and then just cast them again from exile. And we've got Dark Depths is able to tap for black thanks to Urborg for a Vampire Hex Mage. And Matthew's going to need to stall. Birds of Paradise can do that. What else has he got? Ponder. Good indicator that he's not running Wasteland in the deck. You definitely would want to Ponder first if you were running Wasteland, so that's not going to be an answer. Vampire Hexmage, end step, making a 20/20. And Matthew is going to need to try and drag this out until he can actually get a Food Chain down and win. Euro could be part of this equation. Discard here would likely be backbreaking. Matthew, you need to keep in mind that Urborg is also making his lands black. And now Sylvan Scrying, and that is gonna do it. Sylvan Scrying will be able to grab Sajiri's Step and give the Merit Lage pro-black, or pro-green until end of turn, punching through that lethal damage. Usually crop rotation will find that card in response to removal, but in that situation, Sylvan Scrying, absolutely ideal. James did need to pitch an Elvis Spirit Guide to make it happen, but he picks up game number 1 very quickly, and that is exactly how he draws it up, trying to get a 20/20 down as quickly as possible and make sure it connects with Matthew's face. He's going to have a lot of possible flyers that could be in the way, from Mist Hollow Griffin to Baleful Strix. We've seen that over Icefang Kotal in his list previously on camera. He also has those Birds of Paradise. All of those can get in the way. Euro can allow him to gain some life, making it so 20 damage is not enough to actually close the game out. So these are definitely both combo decks that are kind of goldfishing, but not really. Like, there's ways that Bug can really interact with this Dark Depths side. And I'd imagine Depths is going to have some discard, which can make a mess of things for Matthew as well. So we'll see how their sideboards change this matchup. Dark Depths, not likely to do too much of a transformation. Occasionally they'll bring in Tireless Tracker as a way of kind of sidestepping the hate and getting a lot more grindy. It is a pretty beefy threat on its own and can also generate quite a lot of card advantage. I don't know that James is on that sideboard plan, or if it would even be particularly helpful in this matchup where grinding them out is not really in the agenda. You do not want to give Food Chain all day. And enchantments tend to be pretty difficult to get rid of. We've got a Force of Will on the Once Upon a Time. Matthew perhaps wagering that there's not going to be any other cards worth countering. And we've got a... Is that a Mana Confluence? I think that's a Mana Confluence tapping for this Thoughtseize, so James bolting himself. Grabs a Manipulate Fate. And that looked like an Ashen Rider, but I'm going to assume it was a Euro. Seems more likely that my eyes deceived me than Matthew would have Ashen Rider just chilling in his deck. And now Crop Rotation. And that's a card that you generally counter if you can. That's going to grab Urborg. The sacrifice is part of the cost. And a Vampire Hexmage coming down. Along with the Dark Depths. Or the Dark Depths allowing the Vampire Hexmage more accurately. Same setup as last game. And is this going to be 2 quick games for James? Or is Matthew going to find a way to not just lose to the 2020 here? Manipulate Fate would have been nice last turn to at least set up a useful food chain. So Hydroid Crassus coming in, and that's going to enter with a single +1/+1 counter, gain half X life, and draw half X cards, rounding down both times. So sadly, not gaining any life. It'll be a chump blocker. Thoughtseize grabs a Pithing Needle, and Crassus jumps in front of the 2020. He's going to need, like, Brainstorm into Baleful Strix. This is an awful lot that needs to happen. Let's just sit back and see how this goes. It is looking like James taking this one easily. Matthew, I'm sure, will fight to the end. A Ponder into a Baleful Strix plus a land drop would be nice. Give you some hope for the future. Oh, he keeps. There's the Baleful Strix. And the land drop. All right. I mean, that's what you got to do. Call your shot. Baleful Strix, Death Touch, not going to matter. We got a squished bird. And we'll see if Matthew ends up, Once Upon a Time's going to take a look and see if James can get any additional support. Very surprising he didn't do that pre-combat. Could have potentially found the Sajiri step. But Matthew, more than happy to take any type of opportunity he has here to find a way back into the game. 4 mana to work with. Draws for turn and just scoops it up as he does not have the answer. Gave himself every chance, but James takes it down in 2. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.